Gender and Society, Chapter 17, Masculinity, Group 11. I'm Andrea Ayribamonte.
Hello everyone, I'm Hani Almero.
Hey everyone, I'm Giancello Arcarillo.
I'm Vandello and
Introduction. This chapter will discuss the idea of manhood and masculinities from both local and international data. While information on masculinities in the Philippines is available, few discussions tackle youth and masculinity. The idea of the male gender as a gender also lacks discussion because men are often seen as a template for all genders. Any deviation from the male heterosexual template is seen as different. This will center on straight or heterosexual cisgender men. Objectives. To clarify the significance of realizing that masculinity is a construct and to state the reason why men may find the idea of masculinity oppressive. Here is our topic outline. So let us proceed to our main discussion. First is the beginning of masculinity. Carl Hagen noted that women's socialized role as caregiver tasked them with the responsibility for caring for young children. Traditional models of a household have the men working solely outside of their homes, making them absent during child early years. This scenario leaves young boys with no male role model to learn from. Boys learn masculinity from what they see on media and interactions in schools. The lack of empathy of men may be rooted in the fact that they are actually socialized to be unlike women who must have empathy to raise children. Next is what makes a man a man. One can say that man is strong, but the degree of strength depends on age, biology, and physical ability. Kimmel identified 4 rules of American masculinity in 1970s, as described by psychologist Robert Banner. First is no sexista, which is they base the masculinity on the relentless reputation of the feminine. Second is be a big kid. We always base the masculinity and their power. If they are wrong, this status is really important. Third is be a sturdy oak, which is we tend to always think that a man should be reliable always. Lastly, give them head, exude an aura of daring and aggression. According to Vandello and Bosson, there are various forms of masculinity, although at the given time, only one masculinity dominates the gender hierarchy above all feminities and masculinities. This is called the hegemonic masculinity. They also shows the factor that surrounded manhood, which makes it hard to win, requires constant proof, and it's easy to lose.
Proving masculinity, gender is an identity that is socially constructed through interaction. As stated by Vandello and Bosson, first manhood is hard to win. Other man-made manhoods of physical activities, sports, or even through public acts of homophobia. There's a 3 example of masculine culture: black culture, trans culture, hookup culture.
To the feminine, so masculinity is homophobia. Manhood at its essence is still defined in relation to womanhood. Women and non-dominant masculinities are seen as the other. For example, boys are severely punished for acting in a non-masculine way, as women must then have aversion to anything feminine, declare themselves with their masculinity. So the second is the masculinity is power. Masculinity is about power. A masculine man is a powerful man. When the masculinity of a man is challenged, he loses power, making sexist, homophobic, or racist statements is often part of heterosexual masculinity, and silence to these put-downs result in gender-based violence. So Kimmel knows shame leads to silence, or it keeps other people believing that we actually get proof. So first private silence, a woman being hassled by men on the street. For deep silence,
Men as the masculine generic and male entity. When people think of gender, they really think of the female and the LGBTs and rarely the male. The lack of recognition that non-gendered being has included men from the conversation on gender. Men may feel the need to prove their manhood. Men and fragile masculinities. One word that surrounds masculinity is called fragile masculinities. The gender role complex skills describes the amount of psychological conflict, anxiety, tension, and general negative emotions surrounding the male gender role. This problem is due to men's socialized gender role that assigns men as strong and cool.
I believe that reason that the movement of women equality remain only partial victory has to do with men in beauty arena and politics, military, workplace, profession, and education. The single greatest obstacle to women's equality is the behaviors and attitude of men. Men's gender identity being rooted in their dissociation with a woman may be viewed as the causes for men's gender composition, unlike women who have been offered the same opportunity through gender equality.
Philippines, a masculine country. The sixth dimension, model of national culture by Great Hosted, show the basic issue that society needs to come to terms with in order to organize itself. The Philippines needs to work. Vatican's a masculine society, 64 on a scale of 1 to 100, meaning the Philippines may be driven to realize masculine values. These values include the competition, achievement, and success. The Filipino masculinity is the changing due to migration, globalization. Filipinos in general are becoming more westernized since event of colonization and the creation of modern Filipino society. Means were made to dominant, load, and oriented toward building camaraderie among themselves. Up to this day, the male barkada is seen a brotherhood of space for men to be men, free from their webs and responsibility, as it is accepted that men who were seen subjected under their webs of
So the focus of our discussion is men and the masculinities that they are expected to exhibit, including strength, power, and competition, as well as a reduced level of emotional and affectionate display. However, I will limit the discussion to one topic, which is aversion to the feminine masculinity as a homophobia. I can truly connect to this topic because I have also struggled with shame